Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the best way to get her number. We've got a great email from a guy here who's been following me for, I can't remember how long, but he's been following me for a while, and he's been applying what I teach. He's doing really great. And so he was with a bunch of his guy friends, and he ran into a girl in an elevator, and he was thinking, damn. And so a lot of these phone sessions I do with guys are like, how do I talk to girls? How do I start conversations? And I've done a video a couple of years ago called Improving Your Social Skills. It's like 12 minutes and something long. And if you just follow what it teaches in there, this is exactly what I'm going to go through in this email. This is exactly where you want to be and where you can get to. It's all about practicing and rehearsing. And if you're somebody who's watching this, whether you're a man or a woman, and you're afraid of the opposite sex, or you're afraid of it, or interacting with them or starting a conversation, you can see a perfect example of where you get after practice, time, and repetition. And I've got a quote that I wrote on this particular topic, and then I'm going to go through the quote, and then I'm going to go right into this guy's email, because it's a great email, and it should inspire all of you that are watching this that have a problem with that have a problem with approaching women, or if you're a woman approaching men at a party or a social function or whatever, and just communicating that you're interested or striking up a conversation. Because this is not only will help you in your personal life, but it'll help you in every area, your business, your career. Like, think about it. If you've got a place that you really want to work, you got to go talk to me. I mean, you can fax in your resume or you can email your resume. It's a lot more powerful to have the guts to walk in there, talk to the owner, talk to the vice president, talk to the human resources person, whoever it has to be, and be able to charm them and strike up a conversation and talk like somebody who deserves to be there. Because when you value yourself, when you perceive yourself as bringing something to the table, whether it's in your professional life or your personal life, other people are going to respond appropriately, even if they don't have... Even if the person that you like is not single, or even if the place that you want to work, they don't have an opening, you'll have an impact on them. And that's the most important thing, is you want to make a good impact and you want to show up. That's what you owe the world. Whether you're a man or a woman, you got to at least show up in life and go for what you want. Because you don't get what you deserve, you only get what you negotiate. And this guy does a fucking brilliant job seeing a girl he likes, striking up a conversation, getting into playful banter, and getting her number, and his friends are all like... If you're a shy person, the thought of asking a woman out in front of all your friends, or all your guy friends, especially when you're out partying, can be a little intimidating. What if it doesn't go well? What if she rejects me? What if they all laugh at me? When you don't give a fuck what other people think, when you finally get to a place where you realize you bring something to the table, you won't have a problem in a crowded place, whether you got people there who know you or it's total strangers, of telling a woman, God damn, you've got a fucking unbelievable body. We should get together and have a drink sometime. We should get together and have a cup of coffee. Hey, what are you doing? You got time for a quick cup of coffee at Starbucks or this coffee shop right around the street? It's that simple. And when you look at the world and say, I'm a gift, I've got a lot to offer somebody, I'm presenting her with the greatest opportunity she's ever had. When you think like that, and you act like that, and you talk in a tone of voice that is congruent with that statement, life will have magical things happen for you. So let's go through the quote real quick, and then we'll go through this guy's email. And the quote says, most men mask their feelings of attraction for a woman instead of being honest, authentic, and boldly asking for a phone number or a date right on the spot. Weak men try to fly under the radar, act like they are not interested when they actually are, say they want to be friends only when that is not true, belittle or put the woman they like down, etc. They do this to avoid rejection, feeling uncomfortable, looking foolish, or because they simply lack the confidence to go for what they want. The reality is that women know that if you approach and talk to them, then you are most likely interested. Only the most confident men immediately risk rejection. Why? Attraction is not a choice. Inauthenticity and hesitation is what really makes a man look foolish, weak, and pathetic in a woman's eyes. If a woman likes you, she will help you get a date with her. If she doesn't, she will offer resistance, make excuses, stall, or reject you outright. Even when you get rejected, it's a win. Why? At least she will respect you as a man because you had the guts to show up, be present, and do what most men are too weak, shy, and timid to do. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hey coach, I have to tell you a story that happened yesterday and I think you'll like it. I was headed down an elevator from a business meeting with a couple of my friends. The last 3 floors of this building is a high-end mall connected to a parking garage on floors 10 to 4. My friends have noticed over the past year, so obviously he's been following me for about a year, that my success with women has been through the roof, and they are asking what my secret was." Great opportunity for you and for them, obviously, because now they see this in action. Which obviously, when you see what this guy does and what he says, for those of you that are still shy, that you're still timid, you're like, oh my God. It's like, this is how easy and effortless it is. And even if this woman would have rejected him, at least she would have been like, wow, I finally met a nice guy. He was authentic. He was respectful. And even though I had a boyfriend or I was married or I wasn't interested, he was cool with it. I wish most guys were like that. I wish all guys were like him. When I talk to women, that they have, it's like guys that are 3% men, it's like they can't ever find them. They're like so scarce. It is so rare that they come across a guy who acts and behaves in the ways that I talk about in my book and exactly the way this guy does. And that's what's so beautiful about learning this stuff, is that you have no fucking competition on, because most guys will never do what it takes to learn this shit. You'll totally clean up. You'll be the guy that every girl wants to hook up with and to date, and that all the guys want to hang out with. And you're seeing this. This is what's going on in this guy's life, because everybody's like, damn, you always got these beautiful women in your life, and they always seem to like you, and you're always successful, and you're so much more outgoing. They see the change, and they want to know, what's your secret? Well, here it is. He says, out of pure serendipity, just then the elevator... So as they're going, what's the secret? Just then the elevator door opens from the parking garage, and in steps a woman who was an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. Nice. This woman was smoking hot, supermodel, good looks, looked to be about half my age. I'm 48. While they stood there in shock, because they're like, oh shit, it's a beautiful girl, what do I do? Oh, boo. It's amazing. You get no, especially if you are around beautiful women, and you walk into a room, or one of them that you're with goes to the bathroom and then comes back, just watch the other guys in the room. And they stand up straight and they change their voice, they start trying to act cool. It's just amazing. He says, I kept my cool and studied her objectively, looking for something to connect with. And I also talk about this in my book. It's like, you want to use either the way she's dressed or your surroundings. Use something to talk about to create some kind of commonality. He says, then I noticed that she had her toenails painted purple, which was in contrast to what she was wearing. So I said, purple toenails? Interesting. Doesn't exactly go with what you're wearing. She gives me this, who the fuck are you look? And all I did was smile back. Then she says, I'm going to the LSU game tomorrow. LSU, for those of you that are not in the States, Louisiana State University college football team. And I knew that LSU was playing Alabama, so I said, roll Tide. He says, by the way, I'm not a Bama fan, but I wanted to tease her a bit. She got this surprised look on her face and gave me a little smile. Think about it. If this was your sister and you're treating her like a bratty little sister, I talk about this in the book. You're not being a dick. You're not being mean. You're not belittling her. You're just playfully teasing her. That communicates that you like her and that you're attracted to her and that you're interested in her. And if this was one of her big brothers teasing her this way, he's not being an asshole to her. He loves his sister. But he's just fucking with her. Maybe he went to Bama and maybe she went to LSU. So it's a little friendly sibling rivalry, and that's the vibe that he's giving off. He's giving off the vibe that's of a guy who's comfortable, the type of guy that she knows really well, that's comfortable with her and that's comfortable with him. It's like one of the things that Zan Piran says, a man who loves women is loved by women. And so this guy acts like a guy who understands women, who loves women, and therefore this is how he interacts with all women. He says, I didn't give her a chance to say anything after that and said, well, if you're going to deck yourself out in the losing team's colors, you're going to need some gold to go with your purple toenails. She then said that was why she was there, to shop for something to wear. Now notice that she's going to a football game, and so she makes a specific trip to the mall just to buy something to wear. Women put a lot of thought and effort into getting dressed up and looking good and getting attention. They want attention from other women, obviously, because they want to, hey, well, you look really good in that. And obviously they like the attention of men. He says, well, just about anything you put on that hot body is going to look great, so it must be easy for you to shop. Right then and there, he's like, without thinking about it, he's just, well, you got a hot body. And you're going to look good in anything. That's his compliment. It's his gift to her. He's not like, want some dick with that? He's giving his compliment. He's speaking from his heart. He's being authentic. Playful, treating her like a bratty little sister, and then he's being a man and just, without even thinking about it, no hesitation, that hot body of yours. He's not apologizing for the fact that he finds her body hot. He's just, wow. He's not acting dopey because she's hot. He's just very matter-of-factly, James Bond-like, speaking authentically from his heart. Because women can tell, a guy who's successful with women, who has options with women, this is the way he's going to talk. And this is why he gets right through all the bitch shield and the barriers, and she doesn't make him jump through 1,000 hoops, because she could tell he gets it. He's obviously successful in life. He's obviously successful with other women. Why? Because it never happens that she meets a guy like this. It's so fucking rare. That's why it's just like, it's like a castle. You don't have to use cannons to break the walls down of the castle. If you show up and you act this way, she'll just lower the drawbridge, and all you got to do is walk across the drawbridge, across the moat, and right into her kingdom. It's pretty fucking simple. But you got to communicate the right language and the right body language, with humor, confidence, and certainty, and just speaking authentically from your heart. He says, reading her body language, I could tell I piqued her interest, so I said, give me your number, because you're going to need someone to console you after Bama kicks y'all's ass. She said, you have a pen? No hesitation in her response. You have a pen? I said, I don't need a pen. I always remember things that I want. Pretty fucking ballsy. Good fucking job. So she gives me her name, her number, and then told me the best times for me to call next week. He didn't ask for what best times to go. She volunteered that. Why would she volunteer something like that? She's lowering a drawbridge. She's like, come on in. Come right now. It's like Adam Carolla said, I talk about this in my book. When a woman likes you, the doors start opening, and all you really have to do is walk through them. He communicated the right vibe, the right thing to say, and boom, he's in. She likes him. He's passing the physical attraction test. Here's my name. Here's my number. And oh, by the way, these are the best times to get a hold of me. Why? Why would she say that? Because she wants to make sure that she's there when he calls. Why? Because she wants to go out with him. Attraction's not a choice. He didn't create attraction. He revealed the attraction that was there. But his way of revealing that is with humor, with confidence, teasing, being playful, and being direct and getting right to the point. He's talking about her hot body and asking for the number because he's certain she's going to give it to him. Why? Because this is what always happens when he approaches women. And so since he acts like a guy who pretty much always gets what he wants, how could she say no to that? It's fucking brilliant. He says the door opened to the floor that she was getting off, and she turned around and gave me this look that said, I'll see you later, with this huge smile. So she's thinking, damn, it's been a long time since I met a real man. I'm really hoping you call me. He says, after the elevator door closed, I pulled out my phone and pulled out my phone and put in her contact info. Then I looked at my friends, and they literally were standing there with their mouths open in complete shock. And this is what happens. You can do this in a crowded mall, a busy restaurant, and everybody else is going to be like, they just can't believe, because it's fucking rare. It's like something you see out of a movie, very few movies, that is, when the guy just delivers a perfect line at the right moment, and it just has the desired effect. He says, I told them, when you get a computer, Google Coach Corey Wayne, understandingrelationships.com, and learn. It's fucking awesome, dude. Brilliant story, brilliant fucking job. You've been doing the work on yourself, and it's like a fucking turkey shoot. It's like, shooting fish in a barrel, man. You almost can't miss when you show up like this, because women are just dying to meet a fucking guy that's like this. So do the work, do the time, watch the video Improving Your Social Skills, read my book 10 to 15 times, and get off your ass and get out there and keep applying it until you get this good. Because when you get this good, you're going to have more options with women than you actually got time. That's a great place to be in. That gives you true choice. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.